Kyle Fischer here with Hot Shot Seeker. We're at PRI 2021. Having a great time so far out here talking to people about our full line of oils and additives. And we've got Bill Lutz here with us, one of our sponsored racers. Love to have people stop by and check out what we got going. You know, we're a company based out of Ohio. We started off in the additive side of the business and really in the diesel market. And that's kind of how we got our fix and have grown considerably. About 7-8 years ago, we developed a new product, which is our nanocarbon technology and our FR3. It's our friction reducer here, which is an oil additive. And we can add this product to any oil that you have. And every test that we run, we see about a 40% reduction in wear. So we actually started getting into motorsports when we were just looking to do some testing on that product to see what kind of wear reduction we'd get. And we partnered with Firepunk Diesel, who's here in the booth today with the world's fastest diesel. And they were just actually doing some third-party testing for us to give us some data on it. And they were adding it to, you know, the high-end race oil they were using at the time. And when they saw the horsepower gains and the wear reduction with that, they kind of challenged us to say, hey, you got a good product here, you should really get into motorsports and see what you can do with the racing oil. So that we sent to our R&D. That has now developed into a full line of racing oil. It's our adrenaline line. We've got everything from 20 weight up to the alcohol 60, which Bill runs in his car, and then a line of transmission fluids as well as gear oils. All of our racing oils are all pure Group 4 base oils, so it's going to give you the best stability, and then they're all infused with our nanocarbon technology and our FR3. What that does is allow these beautiful cars that are these high horsepower applications to stay on the track all year and protect those engines, so guys like Bill can go out there and represent us well and break records. And that's why we like partnering guys like Bill, because this crazy man right here put so much horsepower down and thrashes so hard and will not stop and keeps throwing bigger blowers on and all that stuff. But we like that because that really takes our products to the extent, and we want to be able to protect at the most extreme level. And I'm telling you, if it protects Bill's car, it's going to protect everybody else's car who can't quite meet that level. So that's why we partner with guys like Bill.
Well, I appreciate it too, and you know, a car like ours makes roughly 4,000 horsepower.
Yeah, a little bit of power.
And you know, as you know, we run 8 mile, quarter mile. We'll run no prep. We'll run back of the track. Each of them has a different aspect to them in the way that it loads the motor. And you know, we check our upper side rod bearings every 25 passes on our car. We're looking mainly for squash. We like to see 1 to 2 thousandths of squash on them. That lets us know that the tune-up's happy and everything. But you know, the one thing we don't see is wear, which is obviously great on our deal. You know, you start seeing wear, then your oil's not buffering it enough. You know, a motor like ours, basically, we shift it at 9,800, 10,000 every gear change. There's 7 of them in an 8 mile.
That Liberty.
So, you know, it's only dropping 100 RPMs on a shift. So that motor, from the time it leaves to the time I pull the parachute, is basically living at a 10,000 RPM range the entire time. And like I said, so you know, we always look for wear on lifters, push rods, anywhere that would normally you know, have an issue. That's where we look to try and make sure stuff's working the way that it is. And you know, prior to coming to you guys, we kept having an issue with push rods because, you know, we run 600 pounds on the seat, and in open it's about 2,100 on the valve when it's open. And push rod wear was a big thing. We were burning push rods basically every pass, every couple passes, and you know, that totally went away with the FR3 and the 60 weight oil in that. So basically, it solved a lot of different issues for us. You know, now we have a screw blower on it. We had turbos, started the years with turbos, switched to a screw blower, and then switched to a different screw blower. We made a lot of changes, but you know, no matter what we did, the motor stayed happy the entire time. And you know, so that cuts down on your overall cost for the year when you're figuring out a cost per run when you're not having engine failures. I mean, that goes a long ways, you know, because you can go from having an engine cost of, say, on a car like ours running Pro 275 or whatever, you know, $275 to $300 a run. But you start having engine failure, and that becomes $400, $500, $600 a run.
Sure.
When it starts kicking rods outside the block, or you're always fixing lifters or push rods. A set of lifters like $4,000 for that thing. So you always look at the wear, and that lets you know how good what the oil's doing. If it's doing its job, everything else makes it easy then on our part.
Yep. And that's where it's the testing ground for us. That allows us, for the everyday consumer out there, the same FR3 that goes into this racing oil that protects that 4,000 horsepower engine is available off the shelf at your local parts store. We got a full line of independent dealers that carry it. It's available to everybody that you can add into any oil you like. And that also is the full circle with a guy like Bill, who's got a gigantic stacker trailer that he pulls around. So not only do we really try to help the racers get down the track, stay on the track all year, but we want to get them to the track too. So we really try to protect the rigs that are pulling them.
And if you can pick up just a mile per gallon, just one, that's all you got to pick up.
That's a lot of money over the season.
It is. It's a ton of money. And this here was actually one of your biggest breakthrough products for the diesel world, wasn't it? For the GMs and the
that started it all.
Yeah, the Duramaxes. I mean, with their injector
the 6
issue.
liters and the 7.3s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was one of their breakthrough products that got them.
Matter of fact, that product was originally called Hot Shot Secret.
Was it? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was developed. That's what brought us into the marketplace, was when the 6 liter and 7.3 Fords were first developed with the Huey injectors. Those injectors were gumming up. They couldn't figure out how or why. Trying to clean out on the fuel side. They contacted Chris, our owner and founder. He was just a single business owner at the time, a one-man show, and he developed Stiction Eliminator, tested with Ford. It cured the problem 9 out of 10 times. It freed up those injectors by cleaning the oil side of the fuel injector. So now one thing about that though is we've always been kind of pigeonholed that that's a 6 liter product.
Yeah.
The truth is it's an engine cleaner. That's good for gas, diesel. I put it in lawnmowers, weed whackers, you name it. And like I always tell people, if it was good enough to get in those small tolerances of a fuel injector, imagine what it's doing to the rest of the engine. And this was the time of Katrina, when they were running all the FEMA trailers down south. So Chris named it Hot Shot Secret to keep the hot shotters on the road. And now since then, it was born a Stiction Eliminator, and it started the company. And it also set the groundwork with how we do stuff. So now we look at problems in the market and try to solve them. And we won't stop until we've got able to test, measure, and show that we've got the best product out there. And that's just kind of how everything else has developed since then.
And you got gasoline products also.
Absolutely.
For the guys that don't have diesels.
Yep.
And so I mean,
gasoline extreme here.
Yeah. So it's got a whole realm of everything, whether it's gas, whether it's diesel, whether it's a 4,000 horsepower Hemi.
And right there's a whole new line of RV products too.
Yeah.
And what's coming next? We got marine coming. We got motorcycle coming. We got a bunch of good stuff coming.
Growing majorly, yeah.
Absolutely.
The marine market will be huge, obviously.
Absolutely.
Because they run continuously wide open.
Sure.
And that's probably going to be a huge market for sure. But I do appreciate you, and we appreciate Hot Shot Secrets. If you get a chance, check them out. Check out all their product line, and I can pretty much guarantee you, if you try it, you're never switching back to anything else.
And we appreciate what you do. You help not only get our name out there, but an integral part of our R&D to help develop our products even further. And we appreciate the partnership.
Well, and that's the way it should be. You should always be giving information back to the people that you're running their product. I mean, that's the only way you can make something better. And,
absolutely.
If I take your product and it's great and I never tell you about it, how what do you know about it? You know nothing. I mean, so. That's when we R&D stuff for people. I mean, that's what we try to do, is give them back as much information as they can possibly use, maybe even more than they can. Just so we can then, not only make the product better than what it is, but if that's even possible, I don't even know if it's possible. But you can always improve stuff over time, and as you do, I mean, that's how you end up with the best products on the market.
Yeah, that's what we're proud to do. So. Yep. Happy to be back out here at PRI again, and Bill's going to be stopping back to sign some autographs here in a little bit for us, and we appreciate it and all the support we get out there.
Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate it.